DC, I murdered. I went to DC and I was like, I called my agent after the DC workout, like, bro, there's no way they don't take me. There's no way they don't sign me before the G League draft or take me in the G League draft. Like, I killed. What's good, everybody? It's your boy KC, kylecastlin. It's been a minute since I've been on social media or really been, seen anywhere online at all. But, I've been having some things on my heart since throughout this whole process of me pursuing professional basketball, my professional basketball career and everything that's happened. I just feel like it's a good opportunity for me to have a YouTube channel and me to tell, people that are interested in what I have going on and interested in, knowing what it's like to pursue basketball professionally and just life in general after college. It's not all everything that you expect it to be like it seems when you're in college and you're not really thinking about life after college. But just to tell the people, about myself. My name is kylecastlin. People call me KC. I'm from Marietta, Georgia, born and raised. Grew up in the Cobb County area my whole life in Georgia. From a young age, my father was. My family has really been through a lot from a young age, for me personally. When I was a kid, I lost a younger sister to sickness and illness. As soon as she was born, she was just born unhealthy. That was a very tough time for my family and I, my mother and I, and my father. Her name was Kennedy. She was a baby. She was born February 10th and died October 5th in 1999, actually. So she died October 5th, 1999, and then after she passed, it was just me, my mother, and my father, only child. My mother happened to be pregnant with my other younger sister, Ryan, at the time. And on December 7th in 2000, my father was actually murdered in Cobb County, right by Town Center Mall for anybody from Cobb County. My father was shot and murdered. He was a manager at a hotel, and some kid came in trying to get some money, robbed the joint, and shot my father, and my father died in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. And so my life from those things happened when I was 3 and 4 years old, and so my life from a young age has always been, me being more mature than my age really expected me to be. And so from a young age, I felt like I was the father, the man of the house. It was just me, my mom, and my little sister, Brian. And for a while, I watched my mom, work multiple jobs, work during the day, go to school at night, get her master's, get her doctorate. She was an educator when I was younger. She's been in education pretty much my whole life until recently she became an entrepreneur and started her own franchise, her own company, which is Made Pro, based out of Smyrna, home cleaning service. Anybody in the Smyrna or Atlanta area looking for home cleaning, check out Mid-Pro Smyrna. That's my mom's company. She'll send some people out to come clean up your home, make it look all nice and neat, for a small fee, whatever that fee may be. Depends on the size of your house and stuff like that. But so as far as me, I grew up with the mentality of I always have to take care of my mom and my sister. And eventually my mom remarried my stepfather, and so I had a father figure in my life from, I want to say, 9 years old. So from 4 to 9 I was without a father, but around 9 my stepfather came into my life, and I've had a father figure since. But for me, losing my father and losing a younger sister, I've always felt like, okay, I gotta provide, I gotta grind, my mom told me, when she told me my father passed away at 4 years old, I told her that I had to take care of her and the baby. And that's been my mindset ever since. Like, people don't believe that a 4-year-old said that, but my mom swears by it, that I told her right to her face when my father died that I had to take care of her and the baby, my little sister Ryan. And I didn't even cry, just because I was trying to be strong for her. So from a young age, starting in kindergarten actually, I won't say the elementary school because I'm not trying to throw no shade, but I was told that I wasn't smart enough to be in advanced classes, to be in the advanced courses at my elementary school that I was going to at the time. And mind you, my mother was an educator. So because of that, my mom was a principal at an elementary school at the time. She took me out, put me in her school, put me in all the advanced classes where I thrived. But along the way, I always met challenges. And these were challenges that I really didn't realize because I was a kid and my mom just handled them. But so, same thing in middle school. I get to a new middle school. Well, 6th grade, I stayed in the same district from kindergarten to 6th grade. 7th and 8th grade, I switched schools to a new district. And, initially in the new district, the assistant principal who ran putting kids in the right classes didn't think my scores were high enough to be put in advanced classes in middle school to be on track to take advanced courses in high school. And so, time and time again in my life, I've always had to prove that I belong, or prove that I'm worthy of a higher standard that I hold myself to, and that really my mom set for my household prior to my stepfather being in the house, and now with him in the house. And same thing in high school. Get to high school, killed in the advanced classes in middle school, still had to go to regular classes as a freshman in high school, improve myself. Got basically hundreds in my classes as a freshman. And so they're like, okay, maybe this kid's smart enough. So I worked my way up to honors, worked my way up to AP courses, to the point to where by the time I'm graduating from high school, I'm, top 50 in my class, graduated with above a 4.0 GPA. All the while, I'm playing basketball at a pretty high level, getting recruited by Division I schools. And so, while I was being recruited, basketball has always been important to me. I played since I was 3-4 years old at the local Y. But it doesn't get serious until like middle high school. And so in middle school, I was, a kid that stood out. I was tall already, had long arms, athletic. But I still wasn't the guy that like everyone was talking about, had all the buzz. Same thing in high school. I was effective, especially starting my sophomore year and on. I started from varsity at Hillgrove High School from sophomore to senior year, and I honestly, like, not my sophomore year, but my junior and senior year, I really killed in the state, in the conference. I got all state, all conference, all of that good stuff. Player of the year in the conference. The all-state team, made the all-state team with guys who went to big schools. People like Jaylen Brown, who are on the Celtics now. So, like, Georgia, we not sweet in basketball. Like, we get down, especially in the Metro Atlanta area. And so I still wasn't hearing from the school. I was hearing from schools that I wanted to go to as far as high major schools, but they weren't offering me. So my mindset coming out of high school was that, okay, I'm a smart kid, I've done well in school, but these big schools that I know I can play at aren't offering me. So I'm going to go the academic route but still play the game of basketball. And so out of high school, I chose to go to Columbia University in New York City, an Ivy League school. So I get to Columbia, did really well as a freshman, had a great season, but I always hit obstacles at Columbia. Not really academically. I've never really struggled academically, but athletically, I had a great freshman year, was in the running for Rookie of the Year, probably should have won it based off of points, rebounds, assists. Statistically, I had higher numbers, but for whatever reason, I didn't win it. It's cool. Sophomore year, didn't play as much because a guy that was hurt at my position my freshman year came back, and he was a great player. And so my role changed. And so that was adversity for me. Even though, the guy deserved to play, it was adversity for me because I came into my sophomore year like, okay, I killed my rookie year, averaged over 10 points a game. Like, all right, now it's time to up my game. I'm trying to get to the NBA. I'm trying to go pro. And so my role changed, didn't play as much. I dealt with injuries, so I was missing games. So it really just set me back. And sophomore year was actually a great year for my team. We won the most games in Columbia in a while, won a postseason tournament, the CIT. So, the program was on the come up. But then my junior year, my coach who was there my freshman and sophomore year left. And so we got a new coach. And so the way new coaches work is, they're going to come in and use people the way they see fit. And so my sophomore year was a bad year for me. So my new coach was coming in looking at my sophomore stats and film, and it's like, okay, this is this guy's role. And so it just so happens that my junior year I end up getting hurt anyways. I damage a sesamoid bone in my toe, have to get surgery. So I missed the whole season, and at the time I really went to a dark place. I was putting my all into basketball. Those who know me know I go hard. Like, some people put on a facade as far as they really working out, posting stuff. I've never been that guy, but if you know me, you know that I really put in the work. And so I was the guy that was waking up at 4 a.m. at Columbia, going to the gym, on the gun, shooting shots for 2 hours, doing push-ups, lifting weights. I would go there late night with some of my teammates. Like, I was really getting it in. I'm like, my junior year, I'm going to take off. I get hurt. At the time, I go to a dark place. I couldn't even leave my dorm room for like 2 weeks. People had to bring me food. And it was just a tough time for me. And I really didn't know why it happened. My senior year comes. And so still, that coach hasn't seen me play for 2 years now, rather than just a year. And I didn't play my junior year, so it's just like he didn't really know what I had to offer. And so, I earned a starting spot, but it wasn't the role I expected. And so I look up, and it's like, it's my senior year at Columbia, and I haven't accomplished anything that I really wanted to accomplish, besides being about to be able to finish my Ivy League degree. Get back, first game of the year, we play Villanova, at Villanova. I go up towards the end of the game, had a great game, my first game back in a year. Had a great game. It's the end of the game. I go up to lay it up, and Dante DiVincenzo, doing the Villanova way, comes to take a charge. I was already airborne, so I was in the air. He came to take a charge. It's just a freak accident. I fall and I break my elbow. First game of the season back. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. I go to try to shoot the free throws, try to fight through it. Like, nah, I'm good, coach. It was done. I knew something was wrong. So I missed half the season with a broken elbow my senior year. So sophomore year, barely played, injuries in and out. Had some good games, but really didn't play a lot. Junior year, out, injured. Senior year, missed half my senior year with a fractured elbow. So I'm just like, bro, like, I didn't put my all into basketball, and all of this is happening. I don't know what's gonna come from this. So I get healthy, rehab, didn't need surgery, thank God. Came back for conference play. Pretty much killed in conference play. Like, averaged over 10 points again, rebounds, assists, showed I can do a lot of things. You know, had some really good games. So coming out, the blessing that God had for me that I didn't realize in the moment was by me being injured my junior year at Columbia, it was going to give me the opportunity to play high major where I always felt I belonged. And so I finished my senior year as one of the most efficient players in the country that are available for grad transfer years. And so my mom calling me. She gonna have to just be mad. I gotta call you back, Mom. And so I killed my senior year. School start, reaching out to me for a grad transfer year. So I'm like, what a blessing. Like, back when I broke my foot and had to have surgery, I was in a dark place. But God all along knew that He was setting me up to be able to go play high major at a level I felt I belonged and I always wanted to experience. So I got recruited, talked to different schools, some mid-majors, some high majors. I ended up choosing to go to Xavier University in Cincinnati, Ohio. And so I get to Xavier, new start. Had my Ivy League degree from Columbia. I majored in psychology and African American studies. So I'm ready just to let's get it. I could just focus on basketball. And I'm obviously get my master's because I have to be in school. But let's get it. And so I get to Xavier. It was different. The summer I went there right after graduation from Columbia. It was an adjustment. Athletically, the guys were bigger, stronger, faster, more NBA-ready guys. And I was used to the Ivy League, which doesn't have the same athletes. But, I adapted. By the end of the summer, I was having good practices, felt I belonged, felt I was doing well. Season comes, I get a starting spot. And on top of my team voting me captain, which meant a lot to me. I came in, like I said, I'm a guy that works hard. The guys saw how hard I worked, saw that I really loved the game, did things the right way, treated people right. I was a vegan at the time, which was crazy to even think about. But, they voted me captain, so I felt appreciated and liked by the players, which was important because I was only there for a year. And so I came in with the mindset at Xavier, I'm about to kill. I didn't get to do my thing at Columbia the way I wanted to, but this is my shot. This is my chance. I'm in the Big East. I'm on the highest level of college basketball. We going to Maui to start the season. I'm about to take off. I'm about to kill and do my thing, and I'm going to get to the league. Well, I ended up starting majority of the year. I didn't start towards the end of the season because coach changed up the lineup. He just wanted to go bigger as far as our lineup. He wanted more big men on the court. And so I started, had a great year, great experience as far as being at Xavier, but my numbers just weren't what I expected them to be. I'm thinking going into Xavier, I'm going to get NBA workouts. Even if I don't get drafted, somebody going to sign me for summer league and I'm going to do my thing and prove myself. And none of that happened, at all. And so the best thing that came from Xavier, besides my experience with basketball, and I do feel like I got a lot better. I build a brotherhood with people that I can always, call on as my brothers. I can go back to Xavier and it'd be a place I call home because I played basketball there and it was a great experience. It was something I always wanted to experience. The managers, the strength coach, how we got taken care of, the way we traveled, it was all a huge step up in comparison to the Ivy League. And so my season at Xavier ends and I'm like, oh, cool, where my agent at? Let's get it started. So I come back home, start training, get my agent. While I'm home after I left Xavier right after the season because all my classes were online. And so while I was back home training for professional stuff, I was finishing school. I got my Master of Business Administration from Xavier University, which is a blessing. And so, again, things didn't go my way at Xavier basketball-wise, but I still just see progress. I got another degree now. I got better at basketball. I got better opportunities. And so I signed with my agent. No NBA workouts at all. None. Only averaged like 4 points a game, so that's understandable. No summer league invite. I had a pro day with my agency. So my pro day was probably in May, the end of May, before the draft. So that was my pro day. It was actually, it was a good amount of people there. Good amount of NBA scouts, overseas scouts, so I was hyped about it. I'm like, all right, I didn't get summer league. Well, at the time, summer league hadn't happened yet. I didn't get drafted, and I didn't have an invite to summer league, but like, it don't matter. I'm doing my thing in front of these scouts. Somebody's gonna rock with me. I did well, but got no calls, no overseas calls, no nothing. And so, again, I'm just at this place where I've been working so hard, like, every day, no days off. I've been grinding, and I just feel like I wasn't getting the opportunities that I expected. So the draft happens, summer league happens. I actually went out to an event during summer league, out in Vegas, this worldwide showcase where there were probably a couple NBA scouts, a couple NBA scouts, probably more G League scouts, and then a lot of overseas scouts. Killed that. Like, I killed that. I'm like, there's no way I don't get a deal after this. Even if it's overseas or G League, NBA, somebody's going to like me and want to sign me. Nothing comes from that. So again, I'm just like, all right, my way is not how I plan on it happening, and is not coming into fruition. And so I just stay home, keep grinding. I'm working out at this place called P3 in Atlanta, at the Atlanta Hawks facility. I'm lifting. And then I'm working out at this place called the Skill Factory for pre-draft with a lot of guys that are in the NBA, in the G League, or even overseas. So I'm with the right group. I'm surrounding myself with the right people, dudes that's really making noise. I have a good enough resume. It's not what I wanted it to be, but I played pro, improved myself. So I'm like, all right, something's going to come. Nothing comes for the NBA stuff. NBA training camp, all that happens. So NBA opportunities are kind of dead right now. So me and my agent decide, all right, let's go to G League workouts. Go to G League workouts. I went to 3. Went to Canton, Ohio, to try out for the Canton Charge, the Cleveland Cavaliers G League team. Went to New Orleans to try out for the Pelicans G League team, the Bayhawks. And I went to, where else did I go? Oh, DC, to try out for the Washington Wizards G League team. Pelicans, I killed. Like, they do, after the tryout portion, they do an invite portion. I got invited to the invite, killed in the invite. My mindset there is like, they gotta rock with me. Canton, I killed well enough to make the invite portion, but I didn't kill like I wanted to in the invite. So I kind of knew, like, it's a chance that they like me, but it's a chance that I didn't stand out as much as they would have liked. So Canton, I knew was 50-50. DC, I murdered. I went to DC and I was like, I called my agent after the DC workout, like, bro, there's no way they don't take me. There's no way they don't sign me before the G League draft or take me in the G League draft. Like, I killed. Nothing comes. G League draft comes. Me and my agents, we thinking like, all right, the Bayhawks are gonna take me because I killed there, and they told me they like me. They put me in the G League draft. The way the G League draft works is you have to be put in the G League draft. So they put me in the G League draft, and I'm like, all right, they taking me. I told my mom And then from start, like, I'm not watching the G League draft, because at this point, everything I didn't expect it to happen ain't happened. And so I'm just not gonna get my hopes up. I'm gonna just prepare and plan. And what's supposed to happen, going over these train tracks, what's supposed to happen is gonna happen. So I did not watch the G League draft. Like, my mom wanted to do like a dinner, celebrate. I'm like, Mom, no, I'm going, like, we going about it like a regular day. I woke up on the day of the G League draft and worked out like I do every day and went about my day. Did not watch it. I think it was a Saturday. I was watching college football. The first text I get during the draft is from my trainer at TSF, this dude named James. He texts me like, congrats, Salt Lake City. So I'm like, what? I'm in the car with my mom at the time, actually. And then, so I don't know what happened, but my trainer knew before anybody, even before my agent. Then my agents and everybody text me like, you going to Utah, congrats. I gotta hurry up because I'm almost to where I'm going. I'm going to work out. He texts me I'm going to Utah. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm in the car with my mom. She pulls over. She starts crying because she's so happy. I'm like, Mom, look. At this point, I done been through too much to, like, get too high or too low. Like, I'm happy. I'm proud. The hard work is paid off. But we not done yet. I just got drafted. That don't mean I'm on the team for sure. So, I talk to my family, my friends who congratulate me. Eventually, I fly out to Utah, actually, the next day in the morning for the start of training camp. Go through the medical stuff, all that. Training camp starts. I make it through pretty much a lot of training camp. There were 4 draft picks, and I was the second draft pick taken out of all the 4 draft picks, and I was the last one standing. I was the last one left in the draft. But I knew they had to cut one more person, and so one of the last few days of training camp, probably I would say the second to last day of training camp, the GM and the head coach bring me into the coach's office, and they let me know that they were waiving me, they were cutting me. But they told me it wasn't because of my performance. They just told me, it was just a roster situation. Like, somebody has to get cut, and we need certain positions, so we have to cut you. It was all love. Like, it was no hard feelings. But again, things didn't go the way that I planned. And so it's just been this common thing of things don't go as you plan in life. Like, at the same time, though, everything that I've wanted has happened. I played high major. I went to a Division I college. I got invited to a professional training camp and made it through the training camp. I got to experience what it's like to be in an NBA facility, work out in an NBA strength room, get NBA trainers to work on my body after the practice, have NBA guys practice with us, whether they're coming back from an injury or whatever. So it was an amazing experience. I didn't kill like I wanted to, but I feel like I did a good job. Like, I did well defensively, had some good offensive moments, but didn't make enough shots that I wanted to. And so that's literally why I'm on the way to the gym right now. We got to be more efficient. It's a make or miss league, and you got to make shots. So I'm going to get my shots, my work in right now. But, so now I'm back at home. I have an Ivy League degree. I have my Master of Business Administration. I got drafted in the G League draft, got to experience the G League training camp, but now I have no job. And so I just want to motivate people and tell people that, like, life is not going to go according to your plan. It's going to go according to the man upstairs plan. And each and everything that happens in your life and in my life, God has made happen for a very specific reason and has all laid out. And there was this video I watched by T.D. Jakes where he talks about the blessing of obscurity. And he talks about how those of you who are working hard and seem like you just haven't got what you wanted and it's been so long, I just saw a deer. Whew, somebody lit it up. God has made everything happen for a reason. And so I'm so encouraged right now, because when I look back at everything I've been through, even though I've gone through tough times, there's still so many things that have been checked off my vision board that I've accomplished. And so even though I haven't accomplished it in my time or how I thought I would accomplish it, I'm still achieving all of my dreams, and I'm going to achieve every other dream I have. And so I just want to encourage the people out there that regardless of if you're going through great times right now or if you're going through tough times, stay humble, work your tail off each and every day like you don't have what you really want. If you got what you want right now, work like you don't have it to maintain it. If you're not where you're at right now, work like you need to work to get it. And anything is possible. But it just starts with belief in yourself and surrounding yourself with the right-minded people. That the second one is a huge one, because people really sleep on the people they surround themselves with influencing them. If you're around positive people, you're going to think positively and think you can achieve anything. And I've been blessed with even with my circumstance, as far as times being tough, I've always been surrounded by a mother and a father figure, whether it be my father before he was murdered or my stepfather, and my family, from my grandparents to my sister, to other family and friends. I've always been encouraged that I can achieve anything no matter what my circumstance. Even if it looks like it's impossible, God can still make it possible. And so, now I'm just back home, and I feel like God has made everything happen for a reason, to give me a platform to help other people who are in need of some motivation, or who are in need of knowing that they're not alone in their journey and in the struggle. Like, life ain't easy, and it's not going to be exactly what you want it to be, but we all go through it. And I think it's important for us all to support one another and let each other know that you're not the only one going through what you're going through. So I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep grinding. I'm on my way to work out right now, staying focused, not letting my circumstance change my attitude or my mindset, and just trying to spread love and encouragement to others. I hope I give you all something positive to look to and to encourage you. And I'll see y'all again soon. Stay blessed.